The city of Copenhagen and its citizens have made the initiative to start building climate-resilient neighborhoods. This means the municipality, companies and residents collaborate to renovate neighborhoods. As a result of these renovations, the neighborhoods will be adapted to climate change, which will help in the city's goal to reduce CO2 emission. Bjørn Petersen, who is an inhabitant and chairperson of a climate-resilient block in Østerbro, has been an active member in the creation of this climate-resilient neighborhood. He has been living in Østerbro for 20 years and is working as an engineer with a master's degree in sustainable cities.
I'm very passionate about it because we need to have these projects demonstrating on how can we lower the carbon dioxide, not only in Copenhagen but in many capitals and big cities all around the world. So these results and the gatherings of these demonstrations are very important.
Copenhagen has made a goal to become carbon neutral by 2025. This means producing as much clean energy as fossil fuel. Copenhagen has already reduced its carbon emissions by more than 40% since 1990. You can see that Denmark is in a race with Ireland, producing less CO2 than most European countries. The EU's key targets for 2020 increased 20% in energy efficiency. Østerbro, a district in Copenhagen, is progressing forward with over 24 diverse projects.
This is the first block where we have been so ambitious. We have, which is the newest one, is the multifunctional facade, where we have these 200 millimeters of insulation against the courtyard, and where we also have the opportunity to have these balconies. And the balconies, they will also provide that we have more sunlight coming into the apartment. And of course we hope that we can see on our heating bill that it will go down in maybe 1 year or 2 years. So there will be canals going around here, and then we have this ventilator taking in air from the room that will be circulating around the wall and then come out again.
50,000 tons of CO2 is emitted from buildings in Copenhagen per year. Bjørn has become part of a solo project to reduce emissions in his home by installing insulation. The project has extended to facades facing the courtyard around his neighborhood. This is funded 25% by a heating company, and the rest have been loans for each building.
We have made a loan of 1 million Danish kroner to pay these different projects.
Mats Faber Henriksen is living in Østerbro and was part of planning the project. He focuses on small daily things that support sustainability.
2011 we had this major cloudburst where almost this whole neighborhood was flooded, and some of it was rainwater and some of it was sewer water, and the rats were having a grand time, and that sort of created a common notion that we were going to do something about this, kind of both self-interest but also for the neighborhood.
We are gathering the rainwater from the roof and we put it into containers, and this rainwater, instead of putting it into the sewage system, and that can be a problem when we have heavy rainfall, then we will use the rainwater to flush our toilets and for clothes washings.
Copenhagen is expecting major cloudbursts. Due to climate change caused by high CO2 emissions, the municipality started climate adaptation projects to handle the excessive rain flooding the city. Stankieldplads is the biggest project going on that will transport the rain into green urban areas and the harbor.
It's the municipality who finance most of the project. Then some of the money comes from the supply company. These kind of projects take care of a lot of different agendas, which are to make the city better. And that's why we want to spend money. So it's kind of an investment in a better city.
In the climate resilient block, there are construction works going on to make one big common courtyard. By doing this, Björn hopes that people will come out to the garden and socialize more with each other.
And all these tiles we have been taking up from the yard, and we won't put them down again because we hope that we'll have one big shared green yard here. From the different housings, they will be able to communicate and socialize, and we can maybe have some Christmas parties or summer parties and be more socializing in that way.
Christian Anderson lives in Björn's block. He has a family who is very excited for the new yard space.
We have a child, so hopefully there will be a lot of playgrounds and space for her to move around. As it is now, it's just a really small yard with pavement and nothing else, so we're looking forward to that. Yeah, we do recycle, and there's these new bins, trash bins. We have to sort the trash, so it's the bio or organic trash versus all other things. So that, yeah, it's part of our life, and I think it's becoming a bigger thing now.
One of my big hopes for this block is that we can come closer together with the other housings, and just to remove the fences, and we will start to communicate more, because that's also important that we tell the stories on how can we improve our way of dealing with sustainability.